Stay away from these designs when you're selling your home. Very often, sellers will come to us and they'll have all these great ideas about how they're going to make their house better before they put their property on the market. But it's really important to know that some design choices are just plain bad and they may not even realize it, or you may not even realize it. So today I want to talk to you a little bit about some design choices that you should not make and some things you should not invest in when it comes to selling your property in today's market. Garages that feel like a mystery room. Be really careful with garages, especially if you've turned that garage into another room in the property. For example, maybe you've turned it into a guest room or an entertainment room for your kids, or maybe a gym. Is it still a garage or is it another room? Is it permitted? Was that work that you did permitted? Don't start investing a lot of money in these types of projects until you speak to a professional, because you don't want to waste money on renovating a whole space that you think is going to add value when at the end of the day it may not. Tiles, paint, and wallpaper that try too hard. Now, some tiles look beautiful, but some tiles and paint and wallpaper are not for everyone. So if you're doing it for yourself, who cares? Do it for yourself. But if you're doing it to stage the property before you put it on the market, be careful before investing in some of these types of projects, because at the end of the day, it may be better just to stay super neutral. And if you have something that doesn't appeal to more than just your taste, this is something that you may want to invest in changing so you can make it a little bit more neutral. Over the top ceiling treatments. Now, people always laugh when I say ceiling treatments, but popcorn ceiling to me is a ceiling treatment. That ceiling that is a little bit glittery, that's kind of got the popcorn feel to it, that's also a ceiling treatment. Be really, really careful with investing a lot of money into adding a ceiling treatment before you speak with someone. But if you want to do a project that can add a lot of value to your property, take down those ceiling treatments and just make it clean and really smooth and nice. Removing a popcorn ceiling is a really good investment in terms of resale value down the road. And if you can do that before you put your property on the market. We can talk about when to do it and when not to do it, but that is one good project that you may want to invest in. Tech overload. Now, if you're kind of like one of those tech savvy people and you have your home all smarted out, I get it. You may love it and you may think it's a huge selling point, but not all buyers are into those features. So be really, really careful, especially if you're investing in that for resale. If you're doing it for yourself, okay, do it for yourself. But I would highly recommend that you're really careful about how crazy you go with the technology in your home, especially if you're doing kind of the DIY stuff, because down the road, if you don't have a company who can come in there and figure it out for the next buyer, it can be a big turnoff. You wouldn't think that, but I have seen that a lot lately with people going crazy, especially the DIY tech upgraders, and no one can actually function in that property. They can't turn the lights on. They have no idea to turn on anything, the security, nothing in the house actually works because it was a DIY tech job. So be careful with those types of projects. In today's market, you will be really surprised about some of the things that is just really underwhelming for buyers. So before you invest a lot of money into some specialty designs and upgrades and tech stuff, make sure you always speak to your local agent so that they can guide you. So down the road, if you want to sell the property, or actually if you're thinking about selling now, you don't want to put all this money into the property if it doesn't make sense. All right, that's it. I hope you found it helpful. My name's Jamey Prezzi. I sell real estate in Miami-Dade and Broward counties, and we're always here to be a resource for you.